Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Vanessa Paloma Bajarnik. Here's a quick look at the top trending international news stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. The first round of the 2022 Qatar World Cup wraps up today. According to FIFA, ticket sales have surpassed 3 million. And it has been a thrilling and historic week for football fans. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina 2-1. Sports analysts say this was the biggest upset of all time in the World Cup. The other big upset of the first round, Japan beat four-time World Cup champion Germany 2-1. It was the first time the two countries met in a competitive international match. Cristiano Ronaldo made history after scoring a goal in Portugal's 3-2 victory over Ghana. His goal makes him the first man in history to score in 5 separate World Cups. The other big story of the first week of the World Cup is the famous and controversial One Love armbands, which is a symbol of protest since in Qatar, sex between men is illegal. FIFA threatened to punish players for wearing the bands. So fans and teams found another way to demonstrate. Germany's players protested by putting their hands over their mouths. The protest only lasted a few seconds, but the picture went viral. On Twitter, the team explained that denying them the armband is the same as denying them a voice. The death toll from the earthquake that hit Indonesia this week has reached over 250. The 5.6 earthquake struck on Monday. The majority of the people died from being crushed by the rubble of collapsed buildings. Many residents are still trapped, so rescue teams expect the number of dead and injured will continue to rise. At least 2,300 homes have been damaged, and 13,000 people have been displaced. All of those people are being taken care of in refugee campsites. Government officials say those residents will be compensated for their loss. Two months ago, 135 people died after a bridge collapsed in India. 54 of those killed were children. Now, an investigation has revealed over 3,000 tickets were sold on the day of the deadly bridge collapse in the state of Gujarat. Authorities estimate about 200 people were on the bridge when it collapsed, far more than the capacity that was allowed. The investigation also revealed that parts of the bridge's anchor and cables were rusted, and that some of the bolts connecting the cables were thought to be loose. 9 people associated with the bridge's maintenance company have been arrested and could face homicide charges. Earlier this week, China set another record for the highest local daily infections since the start of the pandemic. According to health authorities, more than 32,695 infections were recorded on Thursday. These numbers are higher than the official figures that were reported from the start of the pandemic. But many of these cases where the outbreak began in Wuhan went unreported. Elon Musk's controversial handling of Twitter layoffs is being felt around the world. On Monday, the head of the U.S. news partnerships at Twitter said he's leaving the company. In Europe, the head of Twitter France announced his departure from the company, simply tweeting, "It's over." And in Africa, some Twitter employees are angry and accusing Twitter of breaking the law in Ghana. They claim they only received a severance pay offer after CNN reported it. The team told CNN they never negotiated anything with Twitter. And they don't have a way to contact anyone at Twitter because their emails are not going through. The team has hired a lawyer and sent a demand letter for Twitter to comply with Ghanaian employment law. Nurses across the UK are staging a nationwide strike for the first time in history on December 15th and December 20th. They are striking because negotiations on National Health Service pay failed. The strike would take place in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. There would have been a strike in Scotland too, but it was paused after the Scottish government reopened negotiations. According to the Royal College of Nurses, RCN, 25,000 nursing staff in the UK left the Nursing and Midwifery Council (NMC) register in the last year due to poor pay and staffing shortages. Remember last week we told you Qatar banned the sale of alcohol at all World Cup stadiums? That meant beer maker Budweiser has a whole lot of beer left over. Well, Budweiser came up with an innovative way to get rid of it all. It will ship the unsold beers to the winning country. And then it will host the ultimate championship celebration for them. The World Cup runs through December 18th. So we'll have to wait till the end to see who gets all that beer. Sign1News will be broadcasting international news updates every Sunday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. And you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.